Would you spend $250 on empty metal box? Sound crazy, right? But if you edit 4K 10-bit video like I do, you already know the pain. Slow transfers, laggy playback, and wasting time waiting for proxies in video editing software. So, when TerraMaster sent me the D1 SSD Pro enclosure for review, I realized it was a perfect opportunity to see if it could actually make my workflow better, especially with its promise of up to 8 GB per second. So, first impressions, you open the box and inside a very good case, a short 8 GB USB-C cable, a screwdriver and extra thermal pad. Nice little package. But the star here is the enclosure itself. You can feel the quality right away. It's a really solid chunk of high quality aluminum. It has nice weight, around 300 grams. You can tell immediately that is built for performance. The entire body with this dual fin design is basically one giant passive heatsink. That means it's engineered to stay cool without a fan, so it's completely silent, which is a huge plus for any quiet edit suite. One thing I really like is how simple it is to set up. You just pop open one screw, slide SSD, in my case the crucial T500 4TB drive, and seal it back up. The whole thing takes maybe 5 minutes. It's a tiny bit of effort for a lot of flexibility, since you can always swap out the drive for a bigger one later, up to 8TB, which is something you can't do with the most portable SSDs. So it's built like a tank. But what about those promised speeds? This thing is rocking Thunderbolt 5 and it's supposed to hit that wild 8 GB. After connecting it to my Magma Studio with M4 Max chip, the system reported immediately a full 8 GB link. So of course I run Blackmagic speed test and the result were just wild. I was seeing sequential write speed over 4800 megabytes per second and read speeds hitting over 5600 megabytes per second. For context, that is most double the performance Thunderbolt 4 enclosure. This gives you enough speed for pretty much any video project. But benchmark are one thing. How does it actually feel in a real workflow? First, a quick file transfer. I took a 10 GB clip, dragged it over, and it was done in about few seconds. Then I tried a much bigger 100 GB project folder with all my 4K footage, and it finished under 1 minute. But here's the final test. I open up a heavy Premiere Pro project with a multi-camera setup of 4K 10-bit footage running directly off the D1 SSD Pro enclosure, and it was flawless. No lag, no dropped frames. I was scrubbing through the timeline, making cuts and playing back multiple 4 clips, and it felt perfectly smooth, all without building proxies. That is what video editors dream of, being able to work off an external drive like it's just super fast internal storage. And the whole time, the enclosure itself never got hot. It only felt slightly warm to the touch. I even checked it with the thermal camera after 10 minutes of continuous scoping, and this is the temperature it reached. So yeah, that passive cooling is seriously impressive and it worked. So beyond the ridiculous speed, the completely silent furnace operation is a true game changer. There are also handy little status light on the front. It glows white when you got a full speed Thunderbolt 5 or USB 4 connection, and it turns orange if you are on a slower standard USB port. It's small but appreciated detail, so you know exactly what kind of performance you should be getting. So who is this actually for? For creative professionals like video editors, colorists, and 3D artists. This means editing massive 8K files in real time without proxies. For hardcore gamers, it means loading your entire game library almost instantly, eliminating loading screens and capturing high bitrate gameplay. And for other professionals like data scientists or engineers working with huge simulations, it means moving and accessing massive datasets in a fraction of the time. It's for anyone who knows their time is valuable and wants to spend it creating, playing, or analyzing, not waiting. If you are considering this one, there's just two things worth knowing. First, it's definitely more a premium option. The enclosure itself costs around $250, and then you can choose a SSD drive that fits your workflow best. This kind of speeds really depends on the setup are you using. In my case, I am pairing it with the Mac Studio M4 Max, which means I can actually make a full use of that 8 GB performance. If you are in the Apple ecosystem, just keep in mind that you need at least M4 Pro or M4 Max to access that higher bandwidth. Since lower tier Apple chips are generally support only 40 gigabits. And if you are on Windows, it's important to check whether your motherboard or device actually supports USB 4 at 80 gigabits. So back to that question from the beginning, does it really change everything? For my video editing workflow, the answer is clear and absolutely yes. The storage bottleneck, that constant point of frustration I talked about, is just gone. I'm not wasting time generating proxies or waiting for footage to buffer on the timeline anymore. This enclosure isn't just about being fast, it's about saving time. It's a workflow accelerator. So if you are ready to spend less time watching loading bars and more time creating, I've dropped the links to the TerraMaster D1 SSD Pro and the crucial T500 4TB drive I used in the description. And if you want to check out the rest of the editing setup that makes all this possible, you can see links in the description. Quick thank you into the aim for sending over the clothes you see me wearing today. Really appreciate the support. I leave a link for you guys in the description. If the video was helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more reviews. See you in the next one.